Hello, my name's Rich Peppiott and welcome to The Spike, where each episode I'll be raiding the savings of the Cypriot Bank of News. Monday was April Fool's Day when tradition dictates our press pull a little prank on their readers. The Sun pretended that goalposts in the Capital One Cup were going to be made twice as wide. The Mirror pretended that Virgin Airlines were going to introduce glass-bottom planes. Hey Dad, look at that, ain't that brilliant? And the Telegraph claimed that Sir Cameron Mackintosh was teaming up with German composer Olaf Dili-Palos to write a musical about the coalition government. They do know how to have a good laugh over at the Telegraph. The Daily Mail had a rather bemusing scoop to kick off the Easter weekend. Cameron accused of betraying Christians. I'm no theologian, but I'm pretty sure that that's Judas Iscariot. Oh no, stand corrected. The tragic mauling to death of Jade Anderson dominated last week's front pages. But little word of advice for the Metro. Perhaps best not to use the same page to advertise the return of Sky drama Mad Dogs. Creepiest front page of the week has got to go to the Sun. I dread my kids calling me Holly Willoughby. But why? That's their mum. It's weird, incestuous. Ugh. If that was my mum, she'd be very unhappy. She prefers sugar tits. But the Sun had a real boob fixation this week. Cleavage nightclub is busted.
Oh no.
I know, don't shoot the messenger. This is the story that to celebrate National Cleavage Week, a nightclub in Kent was offering free entry to any women displaying their décolletage. The Sun, predictably, was at the scene. The promotional flyer for the National Cleavage Weekender has several photos of women bursting out of their bras and tight-fitting dresses. Sharon Abbywell, 42, said this is degrading. The thought of getting free entry for exposing your breasts to save £3 is disgraceful. Quite right too. In the modern age, National Cleavage Week is not something to be celebrated. Reducing women to a sum of their vital statistics? That should be a bloody competition. And they still managed to squeeze in revealing pictures of the runners-up, all 30 of them. If the lifeblood of the Sun could be said to be tits and outrage, any opportunity to combine the two is breast milk from the gods. Enter Josie Cunningham. A mum of two got a breast enlargement on the NHS after telling doctors, "I could never go on holiday as I lived in terror of ever being seen in a bikini and could never set foot outside without a padded bra." To be fair to the Sun, they did write a soul-searching editorial admitting they may be partly to blame for promoting a double D female ideal capable of wrecking the self-esteem of women like Josie. Nah, they didn't. They gave her a very own topless photo shoot. Another week, another piss-poor hatchet job against press reform campaign group Hacked Off, or as the Daily Mail like to call them, quasi-Masonic nexus of the people who know best. I wanted my family to get me a quasi-Masonic nexus for Christmas, but Sugar Tits said I had to wait until it came out on pay-as-you-go. Sunday's Telegraph saw Andrew Gilligan become the latest press stormtrooper to take a swing at Hacked Off, alleging they are attempting to claim the country for the authoritarian left and forcing the press to serve defined social and political objectives. Of course, Gilligan would know a thing or two about defined political objectives, having worked as chief mayoral cheerleader at Boris Johnson fanzine, The Evening Standard. Not that he works there anymore. Now he works for Boris Johnson. Much of the press is getting so desperate to discredit Hacked Off, they resorted to one of the foulest and most despicable of smears imaginable, claiming, wrongly, that Hacked Off accepted money from Jeremy Clarkson. This was meant to force Hacked Off to betray the identities of their actual donors, many of whom understandably don't want to end up like Hugh Grant with a pig's snout photoshopped on his face. To be fair, he does pull it off sickeningly well. But Hacked Off believe that when you promise to protect a source, you should do so unconditionally, unlike News International, who in the past year have turned over more sources than a Heinz factory. So, memo to Andrew Gilligan. The reason that you lost the press reform debate isn't Hacked Off or vengeful MPs or some leftist conspiracy. It's that when you, the press, were given the opportunity to make your case at Leveson, you went and did this.
Clearly there have been failings in journalistic practices.
Actually, I've got a bucket of shit on my desk, Prime Minister, and I'm going to pour it all over you.
Why did you do it then?
I was told to.
I cannot remember the specifics of the story.
I can't remember. Did it carry
I don't remember.
I just can't remember whether I brought it up or not.
Apart from it being a business opportunity, is there anything else which attracted you to the idea of being a newspaper proprietor?
No.
When he said he was drunk all the time he was at the Sun, which we didn't notice.
Did you have any particular or any regard to issues such as privacy?
Not really, no.
Privacy is for pedos.
I'm not arguing the toss with you on that.
Ethical, I can't know what the word means, but perhaps you'd explain what the word means, ethical.
It doesn't necessarily follow that listening to somebody speaking to somebody else is unethical.